What's up, guys? Officially on the road, headed to the 2023 annual rendezvous for the United Bowhunters of Missouri. So that's going to be in Marshall this year. So it's about a little over 2-hour drive for me, and it's about right at 6 o'clock right now. So I should be there a little after 8 o'clock, making good time. Let's see, plans for the day. The big one being a 3-man skirmish this afternoon. I think it's going to be a good day, so I will see you guys whenever I get there, and I'm going to try to cover the whole thing as best I can without making an extremely long video and still be able to kind of capture everything. So, see you in a bit. Well, guys, we've made it. A little bit of drive, not gonna lie, but glad to be here. It was a pretty drive. I took the scenic route the best I possibly could, but gonna start trying to hook up with people and see who's around. It's only 8:30 in the morning, but there already ought to be quite a few people here by now, and maybe warming up on the practice range. So I'll link up with you guys when I get down here.
Polish that sucker up. That's what I like to do.
Well, I gotta say, the day has only just begun and it's already pretty good time. I am a first-year member of the UBM, and so this is my first time out here at the rendezvous, and I'm on the practice range right now warming up because about 3 o'clock this afternoon, I think, is the 3-man skirmish. So pretty cool people, pretty good time, good food, and I think it's gonna be a good day.
I want you to tell me when you hear me. When you hear me, raise your hand. Man, we're on that line, and I'm looking like this, I'm looking like this. I feel his hand on my shoulder. He come up behind me, walked up behind me in those leaves and sticks. And what he showed was you put your foot down like a deer does. Put your foot down and push under the sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't step on them. And now it takes a while to do it, but just put your foot down. And if you see a deer and he's coming down a ridge and you've got a way to get out of his sight, don't walk. You want to get there before him, but you run.
Yeah, that's the way the Indians did, but I can't do it.
Yeah, Fred, I mean,
He's a big boy,
He's a big old boy. And he'd run and make that cadence. He was good, though. He'd make that cadence sound just like a deer.
Here we go. Yeah, over 12. All right, everybody's ready. Here we go. Final wasn't ready. Go. That was a warm-up shot. This is this for real now. Here we go. Oh, that was horrible.
What's going on, guys? I'm here at the UBM Rendezvous, and I am right now with Cole Davis. Cole Davis is the social media director for the UBM. He runs the Instagram side of things, and he's involved, life member, I believe, right?
Lifetime member, yep.
Yep. So, Cole, could you tell us a little about yourself and the viewers, that is, and how you found the UBM, got started, what got you into everything?
Yeah, so I actually got started in UBM when I was very, very young, probably about 8 years old or so. My father ended up finding it through some kind of SHOT Show. He was selling game cameras and ended up making friends with a couple guys. Bob Burns, who unfortunately isn't here today due to some his daughter has softball and things going on, but Bob's always been a big part of the organization, and he ended up getting us involved, and he's been our hunting partner and a really good friend with my family. So Bob got us into UBM, and we started showing up to all the rendezvous and our festivals. We have an annual rendezvous and an annual festival every single year. So right now we're at the rendezvous, and we basically have a bow shoot that goes on. We have a bunch of different games, archery games. So for example, we have a 3-person skirmish, and we end up having 2 teams that have to shoot clay pigeons, and basically if you knock your clay pigeon out, the person adjacent to you on the opposite team gets struck out. So we have all sorts of games like that, and it's been really fun. We've had a bottle shoot, for example. That's been really, really fun.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a bunch of people down there for that.
Yeah.
Pretty well until they had to run them off.
That's a pretty recent thing. The last couple of years. This is my first time doing it because I haven't been able to make it to the last couple of rendezvous.
I believe I've seen in some clips and stuff they do like a robo deer and stuff like that too sometimes.
Yeah, so one of the guys brings a motorized cart, and they have a deer, just like a deer target on it, and it runs around, and we used to put a dollar bill on it and try to shoot the dollar bill on it as it drives around. So it's always pretty fun.
And they've got down here on the 3D range, I saw they've got the flying pig and on the zip line that people are going to get to shoot at and everything.
Yep.
So tell us more about, like I mentioned earlier, about your position at the UBM and your role that you play right now. Or that's fairly recent, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've only been doing it for about 1.5 years. But we've only had Facebook in the past, and currently Darren Haverstick's in charge of Facebook, and he does a great job of that. But we decided to also start an Instagram account, especially because we're trying to bring in some more younger demographics to be able to keep the organization going.
Very much so.
And so our main goal with that is to grow a following and hopefully try to bring more people from the younger generations to come in and keep the organization going. And so we started the Instagram account, and it's recently been doing really well.
Yeah, it does seem like it's doing well.
Yeah, we did one trial run on an ad for a week and ended up getting, so far I think 24,000 views on our video, just marketing this event that we're having going on right now. And so that's been really good, and we always try to recognize people's hunts that they've been on. We do group hunts. A lot of these guys, they go on elk hunts together, javelina. They've done bear hunts is a big one. And so people go all over the country together, and everyone here has been lifelong friends, and it's been really neat because I've been in this organization since I was just a little tyke, and now I get to actually help contribute as an adult, which is a really cool experience.
Yeah, that's great. And then, so as far as recruitment goes and how people can join the UBM, one thing I'll let you kind of tell people how they can, but one thing I did want to point out, and same with most organizations out there, whether it's things like Compton's, PBS, whatever, I don't know, just pull some out that Montana Bowhunters, you name it, you can be from any state.
Yeah.
And the numbers and the names on the list is what helps the UBM push some of their, I won't say bad agenda, but things that they do, that they have pull as far as with the state and the conservation department to be able to do things that benefit bow hunters.
For sure. We're a very family friendly oriented organization, and we're really trying to help bow hunter rights in the state of Missouri. But you don't, like you said, you don't necessarily have to be, Missouri resident. We have members from Kansas, Arkansas. Sorry, I got to sneeze. But our keynote speaker that we had do a big seminar that was very entertaining and thrilling. His name's Bryce Olson, and he's actually been currently chasing the 29 big game species in North America. And he's actually from Texas, and he came out for the seminar about his polar bear hunt that he had, which was a very, 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 very thrilling story. And he really enjoyed the organization and how personal everyone is here. And he decided to come back and ended up driving up from Texas, and he's been here the last 2 days during the rendezvous. So yeah, you don't have to be a Missouri resident. It's just really just for the fun of it and trying to promote archery and bow hunting.
How can people join?
So I would recommend going to UnitedBowhuntersofMissouri.com, and you can join through there. Also, check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and don't be afraid to DM us at all. We'll get you all the information that you'll need. And it's a very personable organization, and a lot of our board members have been a part of it for years, and all of us are more than welcome to get you all the information that you need to join the organization.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Cole, being able to pull your side. And like I said, we got that 3-person skirmish here coming up in a little while. I think everyone's going to start getting limbered up for that. So, and I'm going to bring you guys along to get some of that as well. So anyway, appreciate it, Cole.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. What's going on, guys? I'm sitting here now with Bryce Olson. He is a lifetime member of the UBM,
member, yeah.
And he is currently on the quest for the Super Slam.
Yes.
With traditional gear.
Traditional gear.
With traditional gear, and so he's going to give us a kind of a brief synopsis of that, where he's at as far as all that goes, what he's still got coming up, and some of that. So, Bryce, how long have you been with the UBM then?
I came out in February and spoke at the meeting, and then after that, it was just such a great bunch of people, and they invited us to come to the rendezvous, and I said, gosh, I'd like to be a member. And so I looked at it and said, why not be a lifetime member? It's a great club, great people, and it's something that we've really enjoyed our time with.
Yeah. So, and to caveat off of what I was just talking with Cole just a minute ago, as far as being a UBM member, you don't have to be a Missouri resident.
No.
There's people all across the country that are members of, like I mentioned earlier, Bowhunters of Montana, or whatever, Illinois, Michigan, Compton's, PBS, whatever. So a perfect example is you're from Texas, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Texas.
And that you guys could be from anywhere, and it's more of a matter of getting your name on a roster to help bow hunters in Missouri in general. So Super Slam.
Super Slam, 29 animals, North American.
Okay.
Which is Canada, United States, Mexico. And it covers all the species between, the deer species, the sheep species, the caribou, the moose, the different bears. Then you have a few off species like the buffalo, the mountain lion, the muskox. So anyway, 29 of those, and I started with my very first kill back in 1975. Bow hunted a few years and then took off. Didn't pick up a bow again until 2007, so took like a 30-year layoff. But when I came back into archery, I said, gosh, I want to go hunt some of the different animals, and that's how I really got started. And so at this point, there's 24 down, got 5 left, and so this September I'll be hunting in the Yukon with the Yukon moose, which would be my second try for that. The mountain caribou, which will be my first try. And then in October, I'll do my third try for the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep.
Where will that be at?
That'll be in Alberta.
That will be in Alberta. Okay.
And then next year will be the Roosevelt elk, and hopefully the last animal then will be the Canadian moose.
Okay. So wow. So correct me if I'm any ignorance as far as what I know. We've got quite a bit of the hard ones out of the way.
Well, you know, to me, the Rocky Mountain Bighorn sheep is the hardest of all.
Yeah.
It's the hardest because you hunt in the most adverse weather conditions. You're climbing. It's very cold. It's very windy, and the sheep are hard to get to. And then when you find them, they're hard to get close to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, anyway, it's quite a spectrum of all terrain and all weather and all wits about these different animals. They each have
Right.
their own reasons they're difficult. But yeah.
And we mentioned earlier about you might have a book coming out.
Yeah, I've been writing stories on all of the harvests, and when I finish the 29th animal, I hope to have the book completed shortly after and then out for release. Just because of the 3 guys that have done it, there hasn't been a book by any of them yet. Great authors. I mean, Nathan Anderson's an awesome writer. Fred Eichler is an awesome writer.
Yeah.
Rick Duggan, he's a great guy too. But they might have a book coming out before mine because you never know how long it's going to take. But,
Yeah,
but
no
I wanted
kidding.
to write one, so.
It's I think I speak for all small town sportsmen across the United States that people like to hear the exploits, especially well written, and people, especially nowadays, that have been there, done that, because I think we can both agree it's getting very difficult to do.
Yes, it is.
And that could be a whole other topic that would last a whole lot longer discussing that. But no, that's fantastic. So again, could you give your name for them one more time?
Yes. It's Bryce Olson, and the book will be out hopefully, and it won't be any sooner than 2 years because it'll take me that long
Right.
to get 5, and it could take, at the rate that I go, it could be 3 or 4 more years, but
Yeah.
hopefully it won't be.
Hopefully it won't be. And are you on any platforms or anything like that are public or anything like that people would follow any of your stuff that you got going on or anything like that?
I do some Facebook and I'm on Instagram, but I post stuff occasionally about the hunts and pictures.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Bryce, I appreciate it. Thanks for sitting down with me. I think everyone's gonna enjoy seeing you on here, and definitely be looking for your book. I'll be looking forward to your book because, like you said, there's already a small group of people that carry the title of having completed the Super Slam, and then you bring that down. Like you said, there's only about 3 at this point right now that have done it with traditional archery equipment. And the most popular one that you all would know being like Fred Eichler,
Yes.
for example.
Yeah.
So pretty big deal. So again, Bryce, thanks for sitting down with me.
Where's Cole at? Get ready.
Circular items like this. And then you get one way up
Our team's already been knocked out, unfortunately, but it's kind of like a simple fun sort of thing. Basically what it is, you can see over here, you have 2 bales that have 3 clay pigeons hanging on each one, and you and your team of 3 walk up against another team of 3, and basically it's number 1 guy shooting against number 1, number 2 against number 2, whoever, kind of like Annie Oakley, whoever shoots the clay pigeon first knocks out the same guy on the other team. It's pretty cool, and then you do it leaderboard style. So that's what's going on right now, and then we're gonna eat, have a club meeting, and it's gonna be time to head home. It's been a long, hot day today.
Speaker, our keynote speaker for our February festival will be Brian Burkhart out of Michigan. So please make your plans. He's currently the president of Compton, is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. So look forward to seeing you in February.
Well, guys, I gotta say it was an awesome time at the Rendezvous. It was a little bit hot today, but all the same, good people, good time. The 3-man skirmish there at the end was pretty neat. Something I'd never done before, but something that I think all of you could probably easily do at home with friends or something like that. Kind of like an Annie Oakley knockout style of a little contest. and it was just a good time. And I'm definitely proud to be a part of the UBM, and like all those other guys said that I showed on here, regardless of where you live, where you're watching this from, you can be a member of the UBM, and it helps with us being able to work with the conservation department or the state powers that be, whoever, in order to levy against legislations and whatever that do not benefit the bow hunter here in Missouri. So it's about more than just a membership, I guess you could say. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching and coming along on this one with me. It was an awesome time, and kind of sucks it's only once a year, but we'll be back again this time next year. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll catch you guys next time.